Good morning. I am here just beneath Grossmont College, and I'm going to walk quietly through a chaparral ecosystem in San Diego into more of a sage scrub. I'm going to stay quiet because I just want to be quiet and listen. I really want to share with you the experience and feeling that I'm having of being surrounded by this native ecosystem and the birds, the sound of birds just in every direction ringing out, and the sense of calm and peace that comes from being here, this just sense of rightness. Just feels right being here. So I don't know everything. I'm still learning. As I see stuff, I'll share some things I know with you, and I might also have questions that you can help me learn. So let's take this quiet walk through this beautiful native San Diego ecosystem. Okay. So again, this is a chaparral ecosystem, which means there's a lot of kind of like smaller trees or large shrubs, like these mission manzanita right here, which we'll see a ton of, that get like 15 to 25 feet tall. We'll see plenty of these black sages, beautiful plants. There's the seed heads. They smell really good. This is chamise. Look how tough and beautiful. Look at that. Just the tree itself on so many levels, or the plant itself on so many levels, is a ecosystem all to itself. I've noticed on chamise a lot of lichen. I know almost nothing about lichen, but I'm gonna look into it more and more because I keep seeing it, and chamise seems to be a place they love to be. These are the berries of the mission manzanita in full effect, and I'll show you later. There's plenty of them that are flowering right now, and they get these little white urn-shaped flowers. These ones haven't quite opened up, but you'll see them soon. But as you see here, there's still kind of some open spaces here, but in a second when we head down the hill, we'll be more in kind of a canopy. This is a new plant for me that I'm just learning about. It's buckthorn, I think. Spiny buckthorn or redberry buckthorn, I think. I know almost nothing about it. But when I saw it recently, I took a picture on iNat to identify it. Someone put out these signs. Some of them are correct and some of them aren't. This is indeed monkey flower. They get these orangish, reddish flowers, which I'll try to find for you. Okay, let's keep walking. I've noticed this on mission manzanita, where on the parts where the bark is smooth, there doesn't seem to be any lichen, but on these kind of, I don't know what causes this rougher spots, there's this really beautiful color, like colorful lichen. So beautiful. Okay. I hope you can hear the birds. It's so beautiful. Some lichen. Something you'll notice is so much accumulated dead branches and wood. Obviously the Kumeyaay people have called this land home for, at a minimum, 10,000 years, and perhaps much longer, and this would not have been the way it would have looked under their management. Through fire, pruning, coppicing, things like that, they would have not had it looking like this. It would have been much less dry material. I'm taking classes with Nicholas Hummingbird, which I really recommend you do. I'll put in the description, I'll put information about it, but he mentions that, you know, in times where, let's say, it gets a lot of rain, the plants will obviously have a lot of new growth, and then if there's not a lot of rain, they'll kind of kill off and let die some of the dead branches, and because they kind of grow unsustainably. And so the Kumeyaay, or the indigenous peoples of California, would coppice trim away this dead wood to manage it, and it makes the plant more healthy. So although this is, as far as San Diego goes, a relatively, it's all relative, a relatively intact ecosystem, it's very much not a healthy one, especially when you consider historically. So here's these beautiful Mission Manzanita flowers. You see, they're just, I'll show you some that have opened up a little bit more. These are just about to get, they don't open up much more. And I think hummingbirds really like them. Let's see. It's funny, the honeybees, you can see the honeybees, they're not native, and they're trying to get their little mouths into these tiny little openings. And I don't know if they're successful or not, but yeah, something a lot of people just don't realize is that European honeybees are not native, and unfortunately they're not great for the native pollinators, for sure. So a bit of a bummer. Look at that beautiful bark. Okay. So this is more Chaparral that we're in, and we're gonna head eventually that way. You can kind of see this transition from the taller stuff to more sage scrub dominated, smaller, I don't know, 3 to 6 foot stuff, while this is much taller, as you can see. Yeah. Wish you were here with me to see this, whoever you are, just to see how beautiful, even, oh, there's a little bird. I wonder if they're eating the manzanita berries. But yeah, how beautiful. Even a, you know, damaged ecosystem, incomplete as this, how beautiful it still is to see all these native plants. This is a scrub oak. Ah, there's a plane. Bit of a bummer. It does make me think about how for millions of years, this land would have never heard a sound like that. And now every day they do. And how disorienting that might be. So here's a scrub oak. They get acorns just like the bigger oaks. I like that they have the Kumeyaay names, Owap. Black sage, Pelitai. I do want to say, in San Diego, if you live in San Diego, there's a Kumeyaay Community College, which is an indigenous Kumeyaay-run community college that shares and teaches their culture and language. And I really can't recommend it enough. There's only, I think, 26 people left in the world who fluently speak Kumeyaay, and they offer classes there, so you can help keep the language of this land alive. Here's the little acorn, part of the acorn still here. Obviously they dropped the nut, but yeah, scrub oak. More black sage. They have a sign for wild cucumber, but I don't think I see it. I don't know that, I actually don't know that I know if I could identify it. I was looking at these There's kind of grasses lining the side of the trails. I don't know if they're native or not. I'll try and look that up. Here's a bunch of these kind of abandoned signs. I've seen a few of these where there's a Chaparral broom sign, but it's a chemise. So I don't know if someone just dumped these here. It kind of looks like it. All right. Continue through this beautiful, I mean, look how beautiful this is. This is not just incredible. I wish I could hand you this feeling in a more deep way than just seeing it through the screen you're watching it. Yeah, I just really want to encourage you to come out to these places because it's being here, smelling the smells, hearing the sounds. It's a very different experience than seeing it how you're seeing it, but I'm happy to have you here with me, seeing it and experiencing it and just sharing, hopefully, some appreciation. Here's another amazing display of this lichen. Look at that. Incredible. It's only on this one side. And it seems to be on these branches that have died. And then the fresher stuff doesn't have it, maybe in some of the little crevices. Beautiful. This is black sage that you're seeing, again, growing up through these. Here's another, this one is another one of those buckthorn, which I need to learn more about, but it's one of the cool things I like to do when I come out here is just every time just try and, there's plants you see and don't know, and so to just identify them and then get to know them better and just see them, and yeah, it's pretty neat. I think these are non-native Mexican fan palms. There's only one native palm tree. It's the California fan palm, and those are out in the deserts, like at little oases, like in Palm Springs. Something you'll see a lot. I'll show you more on this trail is a coyote scat. And something people don't realize, I think, is that coyotes eat a lot of fruit, berries, nuts. And they're an important part of germinating those seeds. I'll show you more as we go. So again, you see these same plants kind of repeated over and over again. Manzanitas. This is monkey flower. This is sage. This is chemise. And then you'll see the scrub oak dotted in. You'll see some other plants too occasionally, but for sure this is mostly what I'm seeing. Another plane, bit of a bummer. This is not California sagebrush. It's so loud. It's just such a disturbance. Easy to forget how kind of preposterously loud our modern world is compared to what has long been here. Something else I noticed is there's something living here. Look at into these little, I don't know, these little tiny ridges. It looks like there's stuff living in here. Little burrows, maybe. Yeah, here's a good looking one. There you go. I don't know what they are. If you know, I would love to learn. And then looks like some maybe moss and a little fern. It's really cool in the understory because of the shaded chaparral. You'll get these understory plants. I actually don't know what this is either, to be honest. I'll look it up right now. I don't know if it's native or not, but it's a vine I see a lot. So how I identify stuff, pull out iNaturalist, take a photo. Here we go. And we'll try and see what the AI thinks it is. And I usually like to just pick a manroots chilcote. It's or California manroot. I wonder if this is native. Oh, wild cucumber. Oh, well, silly me. That is a wild cucumber. Well, now I know. Okay, so wild cucumber. I'll get to better know this plant in the coming weeks and days. All right, continue. This is really cool. You see how beautifully shaded this canopy is. Oh my goodness. I think these manzanitas are quite slow growing, so I think these plants are really, really old. Just beautiful. Okay, yeah, look at this beautiful little shaded understory. This is a scrub oak above us. You can see the kind of same kind of meandering branches of the big oaks. Oh my gosh, look at this. I just wish I could share this the feeling of awe I have, honestly. It's almost overwhelming at times, like how much I feel, a sense of awe and wonder, and I think that's important. Oh, here's a little desert broom right here, and then this is a plant that is this is toyon. It gets red berries that it's just starting to grow. I think the coyotes like to eat these and the birds. There's some, they'll be bright red soon. But you can see how big, this is a big one. Very multi-trunked, sprawling out, just beautiful. And then this is a mission manzanita. And I hope you can hear the birds. Again, thanks for coming along this walk with me. Oh, another beautiful scrub oak. Look at that. It's so beautiful. Okay. Another. I just love these places where the shade, it's well shaded by these manzanita and scrub oak, and you get this opportunity for these understory plants to grow. I'm not familiar with many of them, but I'll learn. Maybe you will too with me. Okay. Birds are going wild up there. I'll show you another thing I like to do, which is if I hear birds, there's this app, the Merlin Bird ID. I swear sometimes I start this and it's the second they get quiet. It's like they know. It's like they know they're being listened to. Oh, California thrasher. I try to sometimes like close my eyes it's hard for me so far to learn bird songs. Yeah, that's the thrasher though. See? Okay. And then here, you can kind of see a transition from this more chaparral dominated space to more kind of sage scrub stuff. And there's actually a little kind of creek runs through there, but there's a lot of non-native stuff there. Desert broom, so this is more, would be more familiar maybe in the sage scrub, but yeah. Chemise. These are non-native pampas grass. This, it looks like probably a drainage channel from like somewhere up near the college, so I bet a lot of seeds and stuff get washed up here, find water and grow, so a fair amount of non-natives and invasives, which is a bummer. Oh, I saw this manzanita earlier, look at this. Look at this like hoof, just incredible. You know, it's amazing. If these plants weren't here, I want you to think about how different the topography of this place would be, because they hold everything together. Their roots are spreading out, and literally holding the earth and soil together, letting, an ecosystem occur. Pretty amazing. Okay, so now it's opening up. As you can see, much more sunlight coming through, a shift from chaparral to more sage scrub. Hear a lot of birds. There's a little spot of water here. I try to be as quiet as I can. I don't want to disturb everything. God, big clumsy human coming through. Sorry, friends. Ooh, sorry. Okay. Yeah, there's something up, bird. Don't know if you can hear it above the plane, but I don't see it, but something rummaging through the brush. Okay. This is a riparian zone, so a creek coming through here. That's a big western sycamore. San Diego's tallest trees are sycamores. Okay, and now you see how different this feels. This is sage scrub. So this will be dominated by chamise, desert broom, black sage. Maybe we'll see some sagebrush as well. But again, these smaller plants, just a different plant community, adapting to the different environment. Another bird. Chamise. I would love for you to find this all as beautiful as I do. I don't know if you do. I think chamise is just like the little tiny leaves and the really tough woody trunks and stuff are just so beautiful. More of the just tons of accumulated dead branches and brush. A lot of black sage, a lot of chamise. I hope I'm not breathing too loud, but I do get a little winded when I walk up these hills. So I don't know, I've noticed this. To me, I don't know. This looks like a sort of moss or something, like a living crust that maybe when it gets rain, it greens up again and comes back. Because it's like, it feels very solid. It's not just like, it's anchored here. It's not just like these leaves, where it's just loosely sitting on top of everything. It's anchored in. All right, let's continue. These are the seed heads of the black sage. I know I mentioned this in other videos, but chia seeds come from salvias and sages. This is a big one. This is a big black sage, taller than me. Another beautiful black sage. But yeah, look how different. That's where we just were. Chaparral. And then this is the sage scrub. Definitely a difference. This is a laurel sumac, which again, you'll find them in both chaparral and sage scrub. They get much taller, not much taller, they get for sure taller than this, but this one has a lot of dead branches and stuff. It's you can tell this trail isn't, I would imagine not a ton of people walk up this trail. It just doesn't have that vibe. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, let us continue. Hummingbird. Oh, they're amazing. you're still here and you've taken this whole walk with me. I really appreciate it. I'm happy just to have someone else who cares and who thinks this is beautiful. About this. Look at this little heart. Love you too. I'm not good at cactuses. I imagine this is a prickly pear, but let's check, huh? An iNaturalist. Let's see. What did we see? Yeah, coastal prickly pear. I imagine it's definitely a prickly pear, but yeah, that looks right to me. Let's do it. Coastal prickly pear. You'll definitely see these around too in the sage scrub. Okay, we're not going to go too much longer, but I want to get to the top of the hill and show you the view. So we're walking up towards Grossmont College now. Just looking around to see if I've seen these more grasses. Again, don't know if they're native. It's the fun part. Like, you can't come out here without seeing something new, you know? And yet, you also can't come out here without seeing something familiar. There's always something to see, for sure. Here's more of that kind of crust, moss-looking stuff. I poured some water on some earlier, but I don't remember where. Oh, grasshopper. Can you see this little guy? I don't want to bug him too much. Well, he's living his life. I don't want to bug him too much. He blended in really well, so I'm not sure you got to see him. Oh, something else I noticed is, look at these little, I think this is from a very old plant, the chemise. It was once much bigger, but it can come back from just kind of the, I wish I could remember the name. It starts with a C, I think, but the kind of root ball stores energy and it can come back. Resilient plants. I poured water somewhere on one of these, but I don't remember where, so I wanted to see if it would green up, but I'm not. I should have put a marker for myself. Here's some black sage that maybe, I'm not sure if it'll make it or not.